Well, welcome back to Ugly Kitchen Cooking. Yes, it's still an ugly kitchen, but we do have started plans for developing a better kitchen. Anyway, hubby saw something on TikTok. Haven't seen it, but he described it to me that he wants to try. So it's starting with some St. Louis pork spare ribs. It's a big Costco pack, so I'm gonna have to probably just use half of them, I'm guessing. Price seems pretty right for the size though, 25 bucks, yeah. A pineapple, barbecue sauce, and then mix a bunch of stuff to make a dry rub, because that's how he likes his ribs. I kind of like dry rub too, but I do like barbecue sauce as well. So I cut off the top. Of course, I saved it because I try to grow kitchen garbage these days. I got all these squash plants out there and papaya trees. And now I'm trying to get the stuff off the side of this. This ain't easy. I don't know who's done it, but it's not easy. I decided to cut the bottom of the pineapple off to make it easier to stand. And I see we had some rod. I had to cut a couple pieces off. So hopefully we'll still have enough down. It's a lot smaller now than it was. But I had to get all these off. And the rotten parts, there's quite a bit of rotten part at the bottom. Okay, from what I understand, the pineapple gets smothered in the barbecue sauce. I think it's going to take both hands for this. Okay, how we attempt these. How many pounds are these? 8.415. We're going to need scissors. Well, thank goodness. I thought I was going to have to butcher them. It's actually 3 racks. Oh my gosh. All right, some of this is going to have to go in the freezer. Can't believe how warm this water is. It's supposed to be cold water, but it's Florida, so our tap water's warm. Well, everything's gone wrong because I just read it takes 3.5 hours to cook, and you cook on 275. I wonder if I did 300, if I could take some time off of that, because it's already after 4 o'clock. It's 4:25. Oh my gosh. I also read the rub had a lot of paprika in it, so I put more paprika in mine. And it had brown sugar, so I got some brown sugar. Yes, I like to buy my spices and sugars and stuff when I'm in the Caribbean. You know, it's just fun to go shopping, so, and I don't need a lot of stuff. And they have their industries, so that's what I do. This is from the Dominican Republic. Okay, so I tried drying them off the best I could. I think he showed some skins coming off of here, but I think this one's already done, except maybe this little area right here, which I couldn't get off, so I'm just leaving it. Maybe that's why it's on. Maybe they couldn't get it off either. All right, let's see if we can get this side done. I know this isn't really the tasty side, but I made a lot of rubs, so this will not be stingy with it. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over. Now, see, my way of thinking, I'm a let stuff rest kind of cook, although now we're behind the curve in time. I would think let this sit on there for a while and let the ribs get to room temperature. That's kind of how I cook mostly, like salmon, steaks, anything. I pretty much let them get to room temperature before I cook them, so that when it does cook, it gets an even heating, you know, so the inside's not way more different than the outside. All right, so I think I have that rubbed in pretty good. All right, now comes the hard part. Okay, we got the pineapple standing up as straight as it can be. It's cooking pineapple. And hubby was very disappointed to see that the pineapple gets wrapped in barbecue sauce. He's not a fan of liquid barbecue sauce. but we both like grilled pineapple. So now I have to wrap the rack of ribs around it and then secure it with these skewers. But I'm going to have to go back and see if I can find that on TikTok again, because I don't remember if it's the inside of the ribs or the outside. I would think it would be the inside, but at this point, I'm not going to make a mistake. Well, that video didn't even say, but so I found another one, and it showed the undercarriage as the outside, which makes more sense to me because the other meat's more tender. But they scored it. I wonder if I'm going to need that to wrap it around. I didn't score it. Okay, well, they also didn't cut off the top of the pineapple. It was supposed to still be there. This wrapped on its own. I probably could have not even had to skewer it, but I went ahead and did it anyway. So, all right. Now my question was, how did they wrap it? Okay, so one TikTok just did it loosely, the first one that I watched, and the second one, he didn't do it at all. Who's a messy cook? Who's a messy cook? Yes, I did wipe this out with antibacterial and clean it before I used it. I do that to my sink all the time because I use my sink. But yeah, who's a messy cook? Who's got a lot to clean up here? Oh, and with all this, I'm gonna need some of y'all to come over here and eat this. Okay, tested it out. It does fit in there, so I wrapped it in plastic because that's what I do. And now I can put this one in the freezer. This one I'm gonna coat with leftovers and then put it in the freezer. Okay, I'm putting a little bit of barbecue sauce down there. Not too much because it's got a pretty good dry rub on it. And that's, Jerry's not fond of this, but he likes these dry ones. But I think it'll just maybe help with moisture, and I like the flavor of barbecue sauce. So I'll put a little bit more barbecue on top and then finish wrapping it in plastic. Okay, that looks good to me. I've never done this before, but I know they sell frozen ribs like this, so I think it'll work. Okay. Into the freezer it goes, down on the pork shelf. Well, I forgot to film it, but everything is very juicy. It took a little longer to cook these than I thought it would. I think the thing to do is cook them. Well, they had long instructions, you know, to cook a really long time at a low heat. I think the way we did it was fine, but I took them out after 2 hours or whatever, and was it 2.5? I can't remember. Anyway, and then I put them back in for another 30 minutes because it must have been 2, because I thought they weren't done when, I think really maybe it's the color of the meat a little bit. But anyway, what I was going to say is take them out and put the last 30 minutes on the grill so they're not as wet, although they're very juicy. And they really pick up the pineapple. You can kind of catch that. The pineapple doesn't pick up the meat, it picks up the sauce though. But to take a bite of the pineapple, the rib at the same time, delicious. So I'm calling it a success. Okay, Jerry's going through a second, so I put juice on it. See, I didn't do that the first time. Minnie approved. Don't worry, we don't feed her bones. I just let her get all the stuff off of it. Now comes the bad news where I take it, the bad part where I take it away. She knows that's coming. No, honey, you don't get to eat cooked bones. They splinter. But you did a pretty good job of cleaning it up. Good girl.